Making the screw slide block for the Tremel toy. We already did make a copy of this, well, part of it from when we made the pin slide, so you should have that already done. So you're going to open up what you had copied from the pin slide. There's just these two dimensions basically, the 0.355 and the 0.844 that we have to edit. Everything else stays the same. So it's really just the two extrusions. But that 0.125 chamfer stays there, the 0.175 and the 0.734 are all the same. All right, so we're gonna head over to Fusion. So here's my screw slider already open. So that first extrusion, we have to change that to 0.355. And then that second extrusion is gonna be 0.844 minus the 0.355. So it is gonna adjust a little bit. Everything else, like I said, though, is staying the same. So now what we have to do, we don't have to add any fillets on this one. We're just going to go right to making the hole. So if we look at the screw slide, this is the bottom view because that dotted line is this portion. So that means it's hidden. So we're going to make a hexagon on the bottom. And we're going to be making a circle, or a hole, I should say, on the top. So that's why the hexagon is dotted, because it's a hidden line, which means you can't see it from the top, which you cannot, as you can see in our isometric. So go back to Fusion here. So we're going to go to our top view. We're going to make that hole first. So we're going to add our hole. Again, same thing. If you don't place it on the center, you can just drag it and it snaps into that center area. So it is a through hole, so we don't have to worry about anything. We're just going to do simple. Simple here and then flat. So we really just need the diameter, which is 0.177. And then it's a through hole, so we just have to make this 0.844. And now you can see the back. Click OK. And there we have our hole up top. So now we're going to go to our bottom. And we're going to add on our hexagon now. So we're going to create a sketch on the bottom here. So create polygon. Let's do a inscribed. Yeah, we're going to do a circumscribed polygon. So click on the center. We do want that point to be here, so we're going to add a vertical constraint on the side. For now, just place it. We'll add dimensions in a second. So it's still on the pentagon constraint, so hit escape. Add a horizontal vertical on either this side or this side because we want these to be vertical. So it should look like it lines up with the green here, and then that vertical constraint should be on this side. So the dimension they give us is for this corner to this corner, so that's where we're going to add our dimensions, from here to here. And it is 0.386. All right. So it should line up with the line here, which it doesn't. Let's double check this line here really quickly. Yeah, 0.141, 0.141. Just make sure that that's where it is here. Yeah, 0.141 is where it all is. All right, so let's see. Something's wrong with our hexagon then if we go back to our bottom view. Go back to this sketch because it should line up with the line for our where that top portion is. Sorry, I know you can hear my dog in the back. So let's redo that dimension there. Because they do give us from the top to the bottom. So that's interesting. All right, let's re-add that dimension. So go from, let's try just doing that whole thing here and doing 0.386. That does make it a little smaller, but now it still doesn't reach there. So I'm wondering why this isn't lining up. Stop. All right, well, we're gonna leave it. I'm just doing how it's dimensioning it from the document. So we're just gonna go back to adding it this corner to this corner because that's the dimension that they give us here. So we're gonna leave it at that, 0.386. Oh, now it lines up. Okay, whatever. I don't know why it worked that time and not the other time, but whatever. So 0.386 is what we want here. And we're going to extrude it in 0.255. So we want to just angle this a little bit. Finish our sketch here. Extrude. And we want it to be a cut, so you can either select that from here, or you can just drag it in and then type in the dimension, or just type in the negative. So it's going to be negative 0.255. Click OK. And then we have our screw side. So if we look from our front view, we have that whole portion on the top. Right. There we go. So there's that hole. So from the front view, it goes there. And then we have the screw portion. And of course, it's not selecting the whole screw there. But you can see that comes in right to where that hole sits. And then come down here. Go to our front view so you can see now that they match up. So this is the portion where the screw is. That's where the hole is, and they line up to make that full-on hole. And now we are done with our screw slider. So save it. See how it was so much easier since it was already copied. Click OK, and we are done with both.